The path to the success of the Dallas Mavericks is one of the oddest NBA stories. Mark Cuban's franchise has never been considered a small market team, nor been labeled a low-tier one. They always had at least one or two superstar caliber players on their roster and were on the playoff radar most of the time. Since the 2000s, they've reached the playoffs 17 times out of 21, winning a historical championship back in the 2010-2011 NBA season. The Mavs are known for their sharp eye for outstanding European players, considering their stellar partnership with Hall of Famer Dirk Nowitzki and the current Dallas squad's leader, Luka Doncic. Today, we will talk about the latter, about the EuroLeague's former MVP and the future of the Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic. We will analyze the odds of the Mavs squad succeeding this year and what they've done so far to renovate their game. Also, I would really like to hear your opinion, as I'm very curious about what you, my dear subscribers, NBA fans, and just passing by viewers, think about the league's future. Now grab some snacks, get yourself comfortable, and enjoy this video. But before that, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell to get updates on our latest NBA content. Also, feel free to leave in a comment section what I can do to improve my videos. Let's keep rolling. As of now, the Dallas Mavericks squad is playing at their average pace. Currently, they are sitting in 5th place in the Western Conference with a 28-21 win-loss record on a one-game winning streak. Even though this record might not seem impressive, it is still worth mentioning that the Mavs have won 7 out of their last 10 games. Something clicked, and now they are looking pretty solid, especially considering how well Luka Doncic is playing. However, it's far from being the only reason for the Mavs' relative success. After failing to finish in the top 10 in defense since 2012, the Mavericks sit 4th in defensive rating so far this season, having been one of the NBA's best defensive squads during the last month. Their lineup is basically the same as the previous 2 years, and even though Doncic still lacks an apparent all-star partner, the 22-year-old tops the NBA in usage rate for the second straight season, the same lineup also means high team chemistry, as those players know each other better than anyone else in the league. Another thing is that with the new head coach, Jason Kidd, this squad feels more prepared for the playoffs. Kidd swiftly emphasized all the things he learned as an assistant coach with the Los Angeles Lakers, where he won his second ring. He commented, "I will take what I learned from Frank Vogel and apply it here because I think when you look at Frank's defense, it's been number 1 for the last 2 years," he said in July. "And so here in Dallas, we're going to play a little defense because we know that we can score the ball." An interesting fact is that the Lakers were 1st in defensive rating last year, but 3rd when they won the title in 2020. I truly think that Jason Kidd's experience will definitely help the Mavs make a deep playoff run this year. However, at least one issue should be addressed as soon as possible. Following their second consecutive first-round exit, the Mavericks came to 2 distinct conclusions. The first was Doncic's inability to accomplish anything on his own. When he rested during the 2020-2021 playoffs, Dallas's offensive rating dropped by 35.3 points per 100 possessions. Adding another independent playmaker who can vary their approach without undermining their offense will certainly work. This type of player is not the easiest one to acquire, but after spending 2 years without significant moves, I think that the Mavericks are ready to embrace the buyer's role this trade deadline. Until they do that, a substantial personnel boost comes, the Mavericks will have to balance themselves out with a defense that is tough, disciplined, and flexible enough to complement Luka's genius over several rounds of postseason games. And in some ways, that is exactly what is about to happen. There is no evident structural change compared from last to this year that explains how the Dallas squad became so strong. Athletes' physical abilities, basketball IQ, and versatility are incredibly important, but an efficient and consistent defense comes down to execution, a collective grasp of scouting reports, and the ability to adapt in-game to various adjustments made by a discerning coaching staff. Right now, the Mavericks are proving that they are adaptive and enthusiastic. And one of the biggest contributors to that is Kristaps Porzingis, with a refreshed attitude. Under Kidd's mentorship, the Dallas Mavericks are playing bigger than they were last year, owing to the Lakers' impact. Porzingis' minutes at 5 and 4 are now about equal after spending 82% and 70% of them at center during the previous 2 seasons, respectively. Opponents are hitting only 52% at the rim, while Porzingis is close to protecting it, a roughly 10% decrease from last year, and Dallas has risen to 3rd in defensive rebound rate after placing 17th the previous season. A big improvement, that's for sure. Porzingis has gone a long way towards getting better, understanding spacing and the importance of positioning, and finally using his enormous length all over the floor like we all wanted him to do. Sure, the Luka and Kristaps duo is unlikely to live up to the level of what we all have been expecting all those years, but still, they are quite effective playing together on court. The Mavs' current biggest issue is their lack of a second reliable all-around superstar. As I've mentioned previously, Luka Doncic is in charge of the Mavs' entire offense, and without him, the team struggles to make any significant impact. Other NBA teams are aware of it, and they often practice keeping Luka off the ball during clutch times. That's where the Mavs' offense crumbles, and this issue should be definitely addressed. With their brand new attitude towards defense, the Mavs might get a second win this season, although I don't think that there are any realistic chances that they'll win with this squad. The Dallas Mavericks should accept that their initial plan has failed, and they should move on to something new. This trade deadline might be the best opportunity for them to hit the switch. Add to this a horrific Tim Hardaway Jr. injury and an estimated return time of next season, and you'll get what I'm talking about. One of the most interesting trading options for the Mavs might be a ringless talent who shares a similar career path as the Dallas franchise. The Washington Wizards guard, Bradley Beal, might be on his way out of the franchise. After a crushing loss against the Los Angeles Clippers, where the Wizards blew a 35-point lead, Bradley Beal commented the following: "I have a lot of conversations with GM Tommy Shepard," said Beal. "We're very transparent with what we want to do and what my future looks like. And yeah, the trade deadline is coming up, and I'm very well aware of how we're playing and how other teams are playing and what my interests are." Can it be an indicator of Beal's future career destination with the Mavs? Might be. However, there are no guarantees regarding that, and it is still possible for the Mavs to bounce back without giving their players away, so the question remains: is a trade the most effective approach for the Dallas Mavericks to win an NBA title? Let's start with the Mavs' pocket size. Talking about movable Dallas Mavericks players, it appears like everyone but Luka Doncic is on the list. Jalen Brunson and Dorian Finney-Smith are 2 names that might be in the talks. So, to address the previous question, I feel a minor deal for role players like Eric Gordon, Jeremy Grant, and Schroeder may be the best thing to do for Dallas. The idea of keeping Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis together appears to be solid in the minds of the Mavs execs. In this case, an extra scorer or 2 should help the squad advance to the next stage. And what is your opinion? Tell me what you think about the Mavs, and would you like to see Dallas buy this season? What should the Mavs do to succeed? I appreciate every single one of your comments, so feel free to tell us what you think in the comments down below, and once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button to catch up with the best NBA content. If you like this video, make sure to watch my other videos about recent NBA news and the craziest rumors. Thank you for watching.